I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. What I just quoted was the Pledge of Allegiance, what many American students do in the beginning of the school day. Most people believe that the Pledge of Allegiance is true and there's nothing wrong with the Pledge of Allegiance. But others believe that the Pledge of Allegiance is false because there is no justice. Why should I or we believe that there is a justice in America when all we see is police brutality? People calling and asking for justice and begging for the racism and inequality to stop. Today, we're going to be talking about justice and how Black people and women don't have justice and how we can help. This speech applies to everyone in America. Now, how does this apply to people in America? This applies to them because people getting wrongfully treated, and we just stand there and watch instead of stepping out and with the crowd, out of the crowd, and pushing and shoving to get justice we all claim that American has. So, what is justice? Justice is where everyone has equal economic and social opportunity, and no matter of race, gender, or religion. According to research, many people believe that justice is getting what you deserve, and others see justice as carrying out the law, and some might go by the definition I just provided. The goal is to fix what is broken and what is not fair, what is cruel and what is cruel. All people want in today's society is justice and fairness. What is injustice? Injustice is the lack of justice and fairness, which America don't have. The mentioning of justice and injustice leads to the topic of Black Lives Matter, also known as the BLM movement. It is sad when most Black people, get shot because of their skin tone. They get shot because they're holding a hairbrush and it's a weapon. That a little kid gets the police called on them because he's playing with a toy gun. When a suspicious Black person is shot and killed by police just because he was going to the convenience store. So, what is the Black Lives Matter movement? The Black Lives Matter movement is dedicated to fighting racism and anti-Black violence, especially in the form of police brutality. The name Black Lives Matter shows and illustrates the unjust killings of Black people by police. Studies have shown that Black people are far more likely killed by police in the United States than the white people, which leads to white people being called white privileged. It is shown that the lives of Black people are not as cared for as much as white people. But sadly, many people believe that the Black Lives Matter movement is a movement that is cruel, rude, and unfair, and that they want to be above everyone else. They don't understand the goal of the Black Lives Matter movement. So what is the goal of Black Lives Matter movement? The Black Lives Matter movement goal is to draw attention to the many ways that Black people are being mistreated, to show the unjust in the just system, for Black people to have a same fairness as white people do. Unfortunately, the race and unethical treatments of Black people continue to be unfair. We see this throughout 2020 and 2021, where the case of George Floyd happened, which he was brutally murdered by a police officer when he was getting arrested. Unfortunately, we see this a lot, and a lot of people don't speak up. I don't even know that the people that are supposed to protect us and the Black people are killing us and the Black people. The mentioning of the unfairness of Black people leads to the mentioning of the feminist movement. The feminist movement is activities fought for gender issues, women's sexual liberation, reproductive rights, and job opportunities for women. All we want is happiness and healthy environment around us and just and fairness. I try my best to respect everyone's opinion and for everyone to respect mine. What I don't agree with is when men belittle women. I think it's rather funny when men belittle women because what women have to go through. They have to go through pregnancies, period cramps, and getting less money than men do. Not even mentioning when women must deal with pretending to be on their phone in numerous situations to avoid harassment, turning her headphones off to make sure she's not being followed, carrying her keys in her hand as a weapon when walking alone at night to make sure she's safe. I believe it's sad for men to talk down on us and make us feel unsafe when we're alone at night, or when they couldn't take no for an answer. If men are supposed to be our protector, then why do they hurt us and make us feel so unsafe? When I say I want men and women to be equal, I mean when men aren't belittling women, when men products aren't cheaper than women products, when men aren't belittling women. According to Google, the true definition of inequality is an opportunity to make most of their lives and talent. How are we supposed to do this when we are constantly compared to men and constantly belittled by everyone around us because we are simply the fact of a woman? So the mentioning of the unjust leads to, how can we change? Why should we fight against injustice? When we say the pledge, almost every day, we say that America has justice for all. But do we really? When people are held to different standards, when Black people are getting killed every day because of their skin color, or when men products are cheaper than women products, everyone should be treated equally and should not be discriminated against due to their race, gender, and or skin color. We can change by speaking up when we see something like racism, injustice, and inequality. We can also help to change by educating ourselves in social injustice issues and help educate on these problems. We can change by checking on ourselves and see if we're a part of the problem and try not to support and hang out with the people around us and who don't care about these social problems. And one of the other reasons we can help change and have a change is to donate to the Black families that have lost a loved one because of police brutality. So when looking at the United States today, we don't have justice, we don't have peace, we don't have inequality. We have to educate ourselves on these matters because how are we supposed to have these things we long for and think we have when we don't speak up when we see injustice in the world, when we lie to others and say that we do have justice? Everyone should be treated equally and should not be discriminated against due to their race, gender, and or skin color. We can change by speaking up when we see something like racism, injustice, and inequality. So please educate yourself and everyone around you.